Anyways, gentlemen, that completes our what if, and then I'm gonna give it over to who people call Pretty Boy, the transfer man. Pretty, talk to us.
I've been to a lot. It's happening in this transfer window. It's happening. The saga between those rivals. Actually, it's too much. And to make it worse, Anika did say the game is gonna be a boring game.
Yeah.
It was for me a boring game, but there were certain players which you can see this season that are adapting in the system of Chelsea. Actually, the coach is doing much. But the question which I wanna raise, actually, it's to you guys. It's how do you feel about the duration of the Saudi transfer? Actually, it's more than the European transfer window. The duration, actually, yes. When they have, I think theirs closed, I think around October, first week of October.
Okay.
Does it affect the European teams that Saudi teams actually can have an impact of fetching their players actually?
No, I don't think so, because if the transfer window is closed,
you've registered those players.
You've registered those players. You know that those players are there for at least up until January, where they can now leave the club. So even if Saudi comes now and says, no, we want Rashford, he will still have to play for United up until he's eligible to leave the club. So it doesn't really affect.
Okay, can I add to that now? To what you are, if let's say we come for Rashford, and okay, they buy like wait, January, it's just over, it's just here.
Sure.
Now you have to plan ahead.
Yes.
Then, so I think that's more of that becomes tough. I think, especially if it's a big player, man. If that player is what they call an important squad player, it becomes a huge issue, because that's your player you're planning your whole squad around, and now if you know they're leaving, do you play them?
You have to, until they leave, you have to play them. And I feel like it gives you enough time to look for a replacement. If you know that Rashford is leaving in Jan, then with all that money, hopefully it will be a lot of money, because it's a Saudi team. But you can plan.
Say BK, right? You've got Rasmus now, right? And you've got Garnacho. They're playing quite good. They're not Rashford level yet. Do you now not start saying, let me plan around these players?
You can.
And then Rashford, I'm sorry, but you decided.
You can. Sort of like what Ten Hag did last season, with knowing that Ronaldo was going to, he knew Ronaldo would leave in Jan. But he started playing around Rashford.
Yeah.
Started putting in Ronaldo as a sub. So you can plan around it, make it work for you. So that when this guy leaves, it's not a culture shock for the whole
team. Oh, who are we gonna pass the ball to?
Yeah. So I think, as I'm saying, for me, it's not such a train smash, because it gives you time to then make another plan and plan around these young boys, who's going to be your star player. And
another thing which I wanna add, actually, as a coach, as you have said, that you start to plan ahead, doesn't it that affect the mentality of a player? Actually, even if, let's say, you're stranded, you're playing around your Garnacho, as you said, and then Garnacho gets injured.
Sure.
So you put on the player which is leaving. Do you think the player will still work with the same work ethic which was supposed to be there if he was not leaving?
Oh, okay.
It depends if the player still wants to be
there. Let's now look at it in another aspect. If we remove the fact that most players who are leaving for the Saudi League are players who will have almost reached this is my last contract. You understand? So let's take Christian Eriksen. Because if you take a Rashford's young, and can we really? Because if a player as young as Rashford says, I'm going, I'm already saying, very now you don't. Your mind is not on football. My mind is like, I'm not even. I would rather play or tell Nottingham. Is it Nottingham? Bring back Ilanga there. Do you understand? Because honestly, like, if you are that young and you leave for the Saudi League, but if we remove that, let's say it was a good, then it becomes something different. You can now still play Rashford, because you say, I'm going to play you, I want you to play for the team. You're gonna help us. We help you because you have to still get match fit for when you get inside.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about this thing of the FIFA Fair Play? Ne? Now teams are getting more smarter actually when it comes to FIFA Fair Play. I've seen likes of what you call Chelsea, for example. Chelsea, what they're doing, they're giving away their players to Saudi, according to reports. They say that they're giving away their players to Saudi, and then the agreement which the owner has with Saudi is that some of the Saudi teams actually they invest in Chelsea, which is they inject money. In order to spend, you have to have a source of income in order to spend. You understand? That's one aspect about it. Which is they give Saudi players so that they can buy more expensive players. They play around the FIFA Fair Play. And then you see likes of Arsenal, actually, Barcelona doing it now. Uti, they can't afford certain players because of the FIFA Fair Play. It's not they can't afford them, they have the money, but they can't use the money because they don't have an injection of funds, actually. So what they normally do, more like now, the Arsenal, they just bought a new goalkeeper from what you call Brentford. Yes, what's his name? That boy, I forgot his name. So now it's a loan deal.
Okay.
But with an option to buy. But already the two clubs agree that they are selling the player, but they're doing it for the FIFA Fair Play, that the player is coming as a loan. But Arsenal gave the player a 5-year deal to the player.
Yes.
But it's a loan.
Look, if there's a way to work around these things, then do it.
And
unfortunately, that's what teams have to do now. Work around it. We bought Verkost, had a loan. Verkost, Sabita, I remember last season. Chelsea chose a different route, just away all the players to the Saudi league. So whatever you can do to work your way around these rules, to strengthen your team, I'm for it, honestly.
Yeah, but if the rules are not saying they're meant to be broken, but they are meant that they're there to test it.
Sure.
You understand? If you say your rule is like this, what if I do this? Let's see then what happens.
But why are we still having the rules? If teams now can play around those rules.
I think it helps
so
with,
don't go flat.
it also helps the fact that it keeps FIFA on their feet. They should say, okay, this rule does not make sense because they're killing certain people or certain teams. Let's change this to that. Because I remember the time, I think now you've got a certain amount of loan players that you can loan out. There was a time Chelsea and Madrid were just buying and loaning out. But they were like, no, let's cap you now because what you're doing is that you're just using the other teams to grow your players. And then, so FIFA must be up on their feet, honest.
Yeah, because now the number of players which you can loan out, it's 5 according to a team.
Which is good.
You have to loan out 5 players.
Hey, I'm with that.
5 players. So another thing, players actually, let's say you're Chelsea, I'm Liverpool, and then we agree to sell Aniga as a player. But the player doesn't want to leave your club. You understand? Because of them, let's say the wages actually. This is relating to the Harry Maguire saga actually. Harry Maguire agreed Man U actually agreed a transfer with West Ham for 30 million for Harry Maguire. But Maguire was like, hell no, I'm not leaving. I'm earning 200 and something thousand a week. I can't go and earn 100 and something a week. I'm not leaving. So how do you feel about certain players? And then you can see that the player is not there in the plans of the coach.
Clearly he's not there.
But here's the thing with that, if I can. Sometimes we all know that our coaches in the world of football are dumb. For some reason, you sit there like, I thought me and you are on the same page. Do you understand? I thought me and you are on the same page. Because I remember with Suarez, for example, he said, I am not going anywhere. Whatever you guys do, I'm not going anywhere. And he was not prime, but at least he was going to go. Who are we going to get? So if you've got a good player, which the fans don't want to leave, but the club wants to leave, it works on the advantage of the fans because the players like, I'm not good. But if it works against the club, it becomes a problem. And I think it's fair. For me, it's fair. If you want to get rid of a player, pay him out if he doesn't want to go. Imagine now
releasing the player.
release the player.
Now it comes back to the FIFA fair play, meaning you have spent so much.
Yeah, no, it's that player in your books is still there. In your book, that player is still there. That's where it gets messed up. Oh, you're right. Actually, they should fix that. They should.
That's something which
because if I release a player, I'm paying him that money. That means that money I'm spending. FIFA fair play knows about
out of the contract.
Yeah, FIFA fair play still knows about that player. But let's say Madrid gets Mbappe now. They are gaining a player without paying anything. FIFA must definitely look into that. And if you at least release a player, they should give you some leeway.
Talking about players, actually, if you look at it now, Arsenal actually, Timber is injured.
Not sure.
They are going back to the market actually to buy a new centre back. As a player, you are injured. Kevin is out now for 6 to 7 months. Also, Timber is out for 6 to 7 months. As a coach, you say that I'm going out to the market actually to buy another midfielder, another defender. What does it say about me being the player injured? Saying that okay, I'm injured, but you're saying that I'm out for this.
Okay. What should I do? As a coach, I'm asking you, what should I do? You're out for 6 months.
I come back. Let's say I come back. I'm fit enough to play.
You have to
earn your place back.
Earn your place. That's how football is, unfortunately. You have to earn your place.
You're injured. It's minus one person. You have a long season ahead of us. We need depth.
We're playing Champions League. We're playing.
You're playing FA. You're playing
Carabao.
So we need that extra person. We need an extra person.
But as a player coming in, also, are you saying that okay, I'm just coming in for the duration that he's injured? Whenever he gets back to his feet, I'm out in the.
That's why you get a player alone sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's matter like that. But I mean, it doesn't affect the club. Let's be honest. Or the coach. It affects the players because if I'm the coach and I get a centre back just to replace you for that time, if that man does the job, if that man does the job, hey man,
you're out.
I am not sure if you might even come and destabilize my team. Fight your way back.
Because you've been out for 6 months.
Yeah. We've been pushing where we know now if we pass Mamang, Mamang will be there. That other guy knows. When you don't know, it hurts the player.
It's such a difficult one for the mentality of the player actually. I feel like being replaced. It's something you feel it though. Why don't you take someone from the academy? There are certain players, more like the issue of Kevin. Kevin Phillips are there. So many players are there. Lewis, who they're there. You understand? Why don't you still use the same players? Why do you have to go to the market and take another player?
I want to ask you the same question. Should Madrid have gotten someone from the academy?
Yes, they do have better goalkeepers. I was saying that, okay, let me give you an example. I was saying that academic players, actually, they won't have the chance to rise to the first team.
No, but you are given your chance to accept if you're a goalkeeper. Amen.
Yes, you see certain things. I have been the goalkeeper. Imagine I don't even know that guy, the second choice for Madrid. He has been there for so long. You understand? You have been a second choice for Testegen. Testegen doesn't get injured, guys.
But here's the thing with me with the goalkeepers. It's if you are that good. Hey, but that's you understand. The keeper is tough because where do you go? Where do you even start going? Because you might go and play for Espanyol.
You get relegated.
Or the defense sucks. Do
you
understand? Now, when you're not able to show with goalkeepers, it's different.
How is the head starting to get a team right? Because I'm not had lots of things.
I wonder if he doesn't want money.
I feel like he doesn't want to go to Saudi. He's still trying to find a club in Europe. Because it's painful for him because Madrid, they were looking for a goalkeeper which can speak English and Spanish. You understand? Which he can. That's why he was the first choice. But the sporting director of Madrid surely had second thoughts about it. It was like, this nigga is old.
How old is Courtois?
I think same age.
Because this is how Navas got replaced.
Yeah, same age as De Gea. I think that's 33, 32, somewhere there. But then, as a they thought about it. If we bring in David De Gea as a replacement for Courtois, he's gonna get injured. The possibility that he might get injured, it's high because of his physicality, his age. You understand? Why don't we get someone younger who, if they get injured, they can easily recover?
But that someone is not good enough though. Like if you get on loan Kepa over the hair.
Or maybe we can even look at just the hair thing a bit different because the hair knows the same age as Courtois.
Sure.
He's probably thinking a loan deal, bro. What am I gonna do with the loan deal? Right now, if I get a contract, this is my last contract in Europe.
Yeah, it was a permanent deal for Madrid.
Who?
De Gea.
Hey. Also, they offered.
They were talking with him about a permanent move because it was Real Madrid and Bayern. That's what messed up his transfer actually. Because he was speaking to both clubs at the same time. So Madrid pulled out of the Gea negotiations because Bayern were into him. Only to find out that Bayern were after Kepa also. Madrid they got Kepa. So meaning that both Real Madrid and Bayern they pulled out from the hair because they both thought the other team is going to get him. They rather go for the second option. That's where it's tricky. But as things look, how will De Gea fit in that Chelsea team? If you're De Gea at this moment, will you go to Chelsea? Is it to us, Man U fan, BK? This you're gonna answer, and then you're gonna take how will he fit in the Chelsea team?
Okay. And
then BK, you'll take as a Man U fan, how would you feel De Gea playing for Chelsea actually?
No, I'll be fine with that, honestly, because I believe in the end we didn't get him.
Yeah.
He's a club legend. He never got a proper goodbye. We had a contract, he signed it, we didn't sign it. And so I feel like we don't deserve his loyalty on some level. So if you were to go to Chelsea, good on you. Good on you, Chief.
And then you don't score against Chelsea. Because
that's what
do you think he's gonna fit in the Chelsea team?
Listen, right now the last thing that Chelsea needs is goalkeeper problems. With the squad that Pochettino was building, this boy was not really tested with Sanchez or something.
Yeah, Sanchez. Yeah.
He was not really tested the first match day, and I do not know how good he is, but we definitely know how good the hair is. And I would say, take the guy, 2-year contract. We know at least we have a keeper. Let's play. Let's see if we can win things, and then we can plan ahead for another goal. Because Kepa is not good enough.
That's the truth.
That really makes sense, actually. And to make it worse, he brings experience to the club, actually. If he goes to the Chelsea team, your likes of Sanchez, actually, they're gonna learn from him.
Yeah,
you understand?
Get him for a year.
Yes. And then groom your Sanchez. Let's say he plays your FA.
Okay, but I'd like to take back maybe my statement a bit.
Okay.
Because the way I saw Chelsea play, it looks like they are gonna try and build from the back. Which is what you guys are like.
Which is why maybe most clubs in Europe don't want to because there is that thing now of we're playing from the top.
And that's what goes. And that boy was not bad, and playing from the back. Sanchez.
Man, I can snitch and tell you, we can bet, I can tell you where the head's going now.
What did you read it, or you're just guessing?
I'm just guessing now.
Let's see.
According to the manner how I see the transfer going, Seville. Because now Banu, whatever, he's going, actually, he's going to Saudi. It's confirmed. Today it's his last match against City. So after that match, he's going.
But can Sevilla afford it?
As David De Gea, are you still going for the money? Or you're saying that let me play for one season?
Okay, but if you're De Gea, if you're De Gea, right? I agree you're saying De Gea still wants to prove that he's good in Europe. What are you gonna prove? Are you gonna go and win another Europa?
Yes.
Okay, then it's fine. If that's the case, yes. But if he's going for Champions League or La Liga, then
you wanna play Champions League. That's the thing.
As De Gea. I mean, that's what your last contract will be, right? to prove yourself, to go out as a legend. He is a legend, don't get me wrong, but to go out on a high. Up and now, you might find that Sevilla is gonna suck, and then we all like, damn. Remember how Casillas was big, and how you went out was terrible. It was terrible.
Robin van Persie destroyed it. They're playing that. So my last topic actually, it's based on Neymar, the Neymar transfer actually. Neymar agreed
2 million.
yes, which is 300 million actually.
I saw a TikTok of a guy training his son. Young boy. He's like, even Saudi. I'm getting you ready for Saudi, guy.
Yo, it's the transfer actually. It's too much though, because it makes sense when they say that Saudi government actually gave each and every Saudi team a budget of 1 billion actually. A budget of 1 billion to spend on whatever you want. You understand? Attract good players to the system. So the contract which they gave Neymar, it was 300 million. In total, I think it's 600 million. With what you call your rights, so forth, with all the whenever it promotes. If he posts a post promoting Saudi leagues, he gets 500,000 for each and every post he posts. For promoting Saudi league. They gave him a private jet for his own personal use. They gave him a huge house. They confiscated him with cars actually. They gave him cars also. And all his rights actually for 2 years. Who have been named more like a prince, which everyone, if 2014 was it 2014 when he joined Barca?
When he left Barca.
It was 2014.
Yeah.
He joined Barca.
Oh, no, it was 2014.
Yes, he joined Barca 2014.
Yeah.
Everyone, if they told you, BK, Uti, this boy is not going to win a Ballon d'Or, he's not going to win a World Cup. Were you going to believe them?
Flip now.
He only has one Champions League.
One Champions League.
One Champions League. In his name. According to no Ballon d'Or, he was the most hyped Brazilian out of all of them.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, out of all of Pele, out of all of them, he was the one who had the potential in that Brazilian history. Do you think he left European football early in his life? I think he's 30 or 31 at least.
For sure he's leaving here.
He's 31.
Yes. I think he should have went for, because what's your president? Laporta. He wanted him back, but Neymar said, I'm not going back to that Barca team. If Xavi is still the coach, I'm not going to.
The thing is, okay, we can say that he left him, but it's now who wants him. That's the issue. Which team would he have fit in?
But it's Neymar. It's the same thing as Messi.
But if it's Neymar, why are you guys not buying?
He could have gone to Italy.
They would have injured him in 2 weeks.
Yeah, like Italian football, they're too physical.
In 2 weeks, you were going to be injured.
What about
maybe
this is gonna be a little bit shaky, but
Newcastle,
Borussia Dortmund, Newcastle.
I would have said Bayern.
Tuchel with his ego, he won't fit in Tuchel.
No, but he loved him. He loved him at PSG. Because the only team that I can think of is really PSG. When I think about where he would have had time, maybe Tuchel even rests him, maybe he would even built his
physical.
Yeah. But I'm thinking Bayern because other teams, I'm really trying to think, man. Chelsea must stop their nonsense of buying every player. You guys are rebuilding. Xavi would have never given him a Ballon d'Or. As much as I love that he's rebuilding our team, but he could have gone to Madrid, but again, Vini their boy. And how nice
you play him as a false number.
How nice would it be? No. False number. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, but I mean, but again, think about it. How great would it be if Madrid hosts end of the season Champions League and Vini wins a Ballon d'Or next year, and then like a Brazilian went to Barca what years ago and never won the Ballon d'Or, and we took this young Brazilian and win the Ballon d'Or.
So it's a perfect move for him.
I think it's time. Let's just he should just accept. Yeah, let's just accept. Maybe we don't know what Enrique would have done with him. We don't know, but
it shows that he was not in his plans. Because remember last week I did say that PSG actually they're trying to get rid of those players. That's why they get rid of Ramos. Ramos is going.
Oh, he's actually going.
Yes, he's gone actually.
Okay.
He's a free agent.
Who's at PSG?
It's Mbappe now. Just only Mbappe. He's left to this.
And Verratti.
Yes, and Verratti. So also the Mbappe thing. He's the clown though. Now I don't know how they fooled him.
No. I think the time is fooling them. If he's not, I promise you, if that boy is not fooling PSG this time around, he is dumb, and I'm saying it right now. Him and his agent are flipping dumb. I really agreed that no, I won't go for free.
Jeez.
I mean, you can say that, right? We spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no risk. Nothing.
If he is not, I promise, he is not winning a Ballon d'Or. That's one I promise. You should forget it, because the only way he's winning a Ballon d'Or is at Madrid.
That's
the only way he's winning a Ballon d'Or. He is dumb. He would have effed his career like me. How old is he turning? He's young.
He's young. He's very young. He's still young. I think he's turning 20.
But Neymar was young when he left PSG.
He was 26. 20. Yes,
No,
27.
20. No, he was very young.
26. He
He
was
stayed 2 years.
Yes, he came to Barca. He
Neymar
was
was-
24. He played for 2 years, 26, and then he left. He stayed for 5 years in PSG.
Oh, okay.
He's 5 years, which is 31 now.
Yes.
So 25 somewhere there.
Yes. But time does
Time
go.
flies, bro. I mean, Neymar, it was just now.
Perfect.
And it was just now when we were talking about Neymar, Mbappe,
Yes.
that whole PSG squad were like, now we're gonna start. And
Put it on your what ifs. Let's say Neymar stayed in that Barca.
it's definitely gonna be there. I doesn't want to make it all Barca based.
Okay.
It's definitely gonna be there. That what if? I mean, it's also part of the whole. If Qatar didn't buy PSG, it's definitely part of the.
Because Neymar would not have that.
Yeah.
Especially for that amount, unless City were from.
Yeah, that's the end of it.
All right.